international wrestlers. But before that, I really want to talk about one thing. I went and looked at all the video games I have on my to be played, on my things that I've completed, and I looked at what was in my cart, what was available in my cart just for the games I have. Microtransactions are crazy in 2024.
Yeah.
I went to buy Dragon's Dogma the other day. It had 100 pieces of DLC. If you want to change your character's appearance, it's $2.50. Crazy.
So
Now,
I
I'm
have
not
heard
a
a lot about this, but I'll let you continue.
I'm not an annual gamer. I pick up WWE 2024 maybe. I might pick it up this year. I got 2023. I didn't get one since 2016. All right.
Same.
Now I know Anthony here is a NBA 2K aficionado.
I hate that I am, but yeah, sure.
And I know you got something to say about it. So I'm gonna give you the floor.
Oh man. No, I'm honestly I'm at the point right now to where I feel like the whole entire gaming industry as a whole, and with this in regards to these microtransactions are starting to it's starting to get really, really, really irritating. Because for one, especially when it comes to sports games, because for one, I'm a sports guy. I love sports. Like everybody else watch cartoons, like I watch sports. You watch Cartoon Network, I watch ESPN. Like that's all I was brought up around was sports. So that's a different effect to me than what it may be to someone else who just kind of plays it casually or just doesn't really care about it as much. My thing is, ever since this whole thing with I'm blanking on the name and I shouldn't be. It's Fortnite. Everybody wants to be a Fortnite. There's all these other games that never did this a day in their life, and then the moment Fortnite came out and Fortnite had all these different skins and all these different people that you can play with in the game and all these different guns and all these different things that make you play better, that helps your player play better. All of these other sports games started to adopt this. This is Madden, this is 2K, this is NHL, this is all of these other sports games that are top sports games, especially when it comes to Take Two. Take Two, I have a real strong issue with right now because every single year there is always an influx of prices. It's inflation every single year. When I played 2K15 and 16, it would cost you $20 if you wanted to build your player to a good spot to be able to play the game. Now all of a sudden it takes $70 maybe, even $100 to me even make sure that your player is in the correct form to be able to play the game and play it in terms of to the level that you could be actually competitive in. Because you got these guys that are streamers, you got these guys that play 2K legit for a reason, for you know what I mean, for a way of living. On YouTube every day, they're making money off of it. These guys have nothing but money to blow towards this game, towards these players. You can go and you can watch as many videos as you want to on 2K or 2K games and NBA specifically. And you look at some of these top guys, and these guys have 600, 700, 800,000 VC sitting in their account that they're not doing anything with it. And then when you actually buy the game and you look at the pricing, it's $100 for 450,000 VC. So just imagine you're spending 200 a week on a game that you have no business spending that type of money on. I'm coming in and I already have to spend $70 just to play the game. And you're telling me I have to spend another 100 just to even be competitive. If I don't spend another 100, I'm gonna get my butt whooped on a routine basis. And then even still, then This year you added a battle pass to the game, which you have to spend another $20 on that alone. And then if you want to skip levels to add things to your player, it's even more money. To go from literally from level 1 to level 40, it's almost another $100 just to get from level 1 to 40. If you don't play the game routinely and you get any type of progression. It's getting to the point now to where the game is starting to be unplayable. It's becoming unenjoyable for people who want to play 2K or even Madden. In order for me to be competitive in Ultimate Team, you mean to tell me I got to go drop $300 on the pack? And then at that, if I drop $300 on a pack, I have my odds to get a very good player or slim to none. You're telling me I got a 0.5 chance to get a 100 overall player, and you're telling me this pack is $100 to spend on, and I spend that $100 thinking I'm gonna get this player, and then I get a 60 overall.
I'm gonna tell y'all something. I'm paying for diapers right now. As soon as you say $300 for anything on a single game, I'm out.
It literally, like I said this, like I said this last night. I play with one of my close friends that I grew up with, went to school with, and me and him always play 2K. We've been playing 2K since 2K14 together. It's becoming to the point to where I don't even want to buy 2K almost anymore because the game is just not enjoyable. It's too much money that you're investing into this game. It's too much money. Every season changes. Your player doesn't play the same after every season. It almost forces you to spend more money. And if you continue to stay with the same player, you know what I mean? Unless you actually, you know what I mean? Unless you play the game daily, which I don't. I have a normal 9-to-5 job. I'm not a stay-at-home gameaholic. I just don't do that. I used to be when I was in school because I had no priorities. Like I didn't work. I didn't have anything to do. Especially during the summertime. I could stay up till 6, 7 a.m. in the morning and play Call of Duty, and I could play 2K, and I could play Madden. I can play all of these games and this is before the paywall stuff started. I mean, we knew what Call of Duty was paywall. I mean, there's, all these different things, but then once, like I said, Fortnite changed the landscape for a lot of the games, and it changed it in a bad way. It didn't change it in a good way because all of these games and all of these teams they're now believing that they can do something in regards to being a Fortnite type game. Battle passes and season passes and spending money to upgrade a player, spending money to do this, spending money to do that, spending money to wipe your butt. I'm not doing that. I'm tired of it. I'm sick of it. It doesn't make any sense. It does not make any sense that there's all of these games here that are sitting here that they want you to do. They want you to play the game, but when you play the game, they slow your progression in order for you to spend money, and it doesn't make any sense to me.
How do you really feel? How you really feel, man?
I'm trying to.
You just had a whole short right to yourself, bro. I just let you have the floor because
I just let you have the floor on that one.
Bro,
the fact that you did that without saying the F word, by the way, I'm proud of you.
Yeah, bro. For sure.
I can feel it just rolling on your tongue.
Oh my god, bro.
No, I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. The microtransactions have been
turn the fan on.
Microtransactions have gotten crazy, in a lot of regards. When it's done right, you can see it in the fan base. You could see it in the community. For example, you got what is it? Helldivers 2 right now is doing things crazy, and they have a battle pass system. But the way they do battle passes is that it's $10 if you want it, but it's not necessary to play the game. It's like your progression isn't tied to that. You can go and get whatever games, like whatever guns or armor that you want. Once you buy the battle pass, you still have to earn like the medals to actually unlock the stuff. But right, for the most part, there's the main battle pass that most people have not cleared through that still has guns that you're gonna get, that still has armor that you're gonna get. And I get the feeling there's gonna be like a new free seasonal battle pass that comes out. in some way, shape, or form. And you can always go back to the old ones, unlike with Fortnite, where you have to do it whenever. Or like do it while it's relevant, or it's not going to work. So you could go and get those guns that you want, get those armors that you want, and you're also earning the currency in game. But going back to what you were saying about Dragon's Dogma, as much as I agree with you that there shouldn't be that much that it shouldn't really be in the game, that you shouldn't have microtransactions in a $70 game, a $70 single player game, mind you, and you for sure shouldn't have any battle passes in a single play in any type of like $70 game. Like, you already paid the barrier of entry to earn it. Like, why do you like? I already own it. Why do I need to continue paying more money to just be able to play it in the way that's intended to be played?
Right.
And I want to say something about that. Single player games, I don't have a problem with DLC. I really don't. The Cyberpunk DLC came out 2 years after Cyberpunk. I still haven't played it yet. I heard it's fantastic. It's got Idris Elba, but I got 20 games on my backlog. It's number 14. It's gonna be there in a minute because I'm playing Final Fantasy VII Rebirth right now, and I got a 10-month-old, which means that I'll be playing Final Fantasy VII Rebirth until like October. Not gonna lie. Don't ask me to play nothing else. It ain't getting played.
Gaming in your 30s, man.
Gaming in your dude.
That's a whole story.
I know. One of these days, I want to make my own separate video just to rant about gaming in my 30s.
Write it up. Write it up and record it.
Because between the 9 to 5, the wife, the baby, other responsibilities, my prime gaming hours is from 11 p.m. to 1 a.m. on Thursdays. That's prime gaming hours.
That is such a specific time frame.
That's a real specific. You know why it's so specific? Because on Fridays I work from home. So if I look like shit when I'm working from home, it's okay. I can't look like shit in the office.
I feel it.
You know what I mean?
I
still work off. I still on Friday. By the way, in case my boss is listening, I still do all my work. I'm still active. I'm still doing everything I need to do. I just got dark circles under my eyes because I was up till 1 a.m. gaming.
Check.
Need to throw that check mark out there.
Yeah, just making sure everybody know you're not on your bullshit.
I'm not on no bullshit. I'm not and I hate the people. By the way. Side note, gaming in your 30s. If you gaming in your 30s and you working from home, but you're not working, you're playing the Xbox, you playing the PlayStation, you playing the Switch, you got that on, and you're playing the game when you're supposed to be working, and I'm calling you on a Teams call, and you pick up, and you got the controller in your hand, I'm done with you. We beefing. We beefing because I'm too responsible of an adult to do that.
No,
I'll write people off for that. I get so mad. I've had it happen a few times. Hasn't happened at my current job. I'm not snitching on nobody. I want to make that clear too, in case any of my bosses are listening.
Well,
let's move on because I'm gonna talk about this DLC and I'm gonna be mad. But DLC is fine, but microtransactions, I'm with Anthony. They're too wild.
Well, I'll say this: the Dragon's Dogma's deal, microtransactions, they're all completely optional. They're like Capcom's been doing this for like 5 years now, putting it in, and I don't really think it's like a developer necessary mandate. I think it's a publishing mandate. Make the stakeholders happy, whatever, because other people are doing it, so they have to do it. Because if you really look at it, it's $2 for a key or $1 to redo your person. Everything you can do for real world money, you can go and get and earn in the game and unlock, and you're not going to have to ever spend money for it, is from what I've gathered. It's just mostly there for people that either A, don't have enough time to go and do that, or B, are too lazy and don't want to go and do that. And so they do this. So I'm not saying that it should be in there, but if that's the way you're gonna justify it as an option, then that's the option.
No, I definitely agree with that. I'm okay with DLC being DLC for if you want different types of clothing apparel. You want, you know what I mean? If a character has a different type of
If it doesn't affect the
creation.
game,
Right. If it doesn't, if it affects how you play the game, then it needs to go. Flat out.
unless it's a single player game, one, and is a huge DLC. Like, I would play, like for example, Pokemon, big DLC, game size DLC. You're
Or
basically
the
getting
Elden Ring
another
DLC.
the Elden Ring DLC, the Cyberpunk DLC. Final Fantasy 16 is having one come out this summer.
Monster Hunter, whenever Monster Hunter Wilds comes out. By the way, that is going to be getting a review, and we will be talking about it. I might just buy it for everyone here. Did Sport freeze? I think he froze.
Yeah, I just see his thing. Oh, I think he's coming back.
All right. There was one more point that I was gonna make before we moved on. He had to fix himself. I think something died. Sport, you're muted. Oops. No, I'm messing up. Still messing up. Yeah,
Can you hear me?
Yeah. I was
There
just
we go.
messing up.
Yeah, sorry about that. My computer just decided that it was going to push every update possible. Episode 2 already is a wash.
Yeah, it's episode 2. That's what we'll be looking back at. Episode 25.
Yeah. Episode 2 is going to be that time that Sport's computer died in the middle of it.
Let's look at it this way. We'll be so good at this in a month that we're gonna get all these hiccups out the way. It's better to have it out this way.
That's what these early episodes are for, guys. Anyways,
honestly, your camera looks better if you're using your phone.
Yeah.
We might just have to figure out a way for you guys to use your phone as a webcam for your laptop. That way, you just have it horizontally.
That might be it.
It's cheapest way. All you need is like a cable.
Well, no, I was thinking about getting a new camera anyway because I need one for work anyway. Okay, my computer. It'd say it's almost there. 94%.
I know I got like a mic that I can also give you. Like I said before, Anthony.
Yeah, I got my professional grade microphone right here.
Yeah, I got 2 other ones upstairs.
I have the other one, but I don't know if it. I don't think it was work. I don't know.
It was old. It was like 10 years old at that point.
Yeah, I don't even think. Yeah, it wasn't even working.
Yeah, I got one that or even I can find one. It's like that I can show you. It's like $20, just as good. But anyway, we were talking about microtransactions, talking about how that is affecting things. The point that I wanted to bring up real quick before we move on, I also think that DLC should also be considered for parts of the game that is contributing to like the bloat size of how big these games are getting. Like, why is Warzone 200 gigabytes? There's no reason it needs to be 200 gigabytes.
Some of these sports games are creeping up there because they're getting it's too much. It's too much. You can't expect, like, how do you expect me to pay $70 for a game and then pay for a battle pass or for a season pass? Like, I'm just bringing up 2K, for example, because that's like literally the one that I can like think of that's really irritating me the most. But you tell me I have to pay $70 for this game to get it, just to have ownership of the game. Then you're telling me that I have to pay $20 every 6 weeks just to have any type of just to have you know what I mean, just to get accolades, to get some of the rewards. I mean, I have an option not to spend that $20, but the rewards that I get are minuscule to what somebody who would pay $20 would get.
And then on top of that, it's
And
taking up most of your freaking hard drive.
right. And
Like,
it's like, okay, I get it. I get it. It's for people who don't have enough time, or like you said, want to be lazy at the game. But it defeats the purpose of playing the game for its actual intent when you do stuff constantly like that. How do you expect someone to get in and play the game consistently and get better at the game? And you're telling them all you need to do is just spend $100 and you'll be good at the game.
so for me, I think what they need to realize is that the games are getting too big, and the games are not about playing the game anymore. Especially in sports games, the game is about gambling.
Right.
It's crazy to me that there are not gambling warnings in these games when they have legit slot machines, roulette tables, all types of things, and you're betting virtual currency that you get with real currency. It's even worse than trying to go out and actually gamble, because you're not really getting anything. you're getting something that is only virtual. So like,
let me just say one last thing.
Yeah.
About that, the gambling side, because there is a game mode in 2K. It's called Ante Up. Ante Up has been in this game since 2K15, I want to say. But Ante Up is basically, it's you wager your VC that you have in your account. There's different courts that are around, and they're depending on where you play. Some of these courts could be 500 VC. Some of these courts could be 3,000 VC. And you got guys that constantly strictly play this game mode and will sit and will go on streaks. And if you think about it, if you're playing for 3,000 VC each game, you get 3,000 VC and you win 10 games. That's 30,000 VC that you have. But now if you don't have any VC, or if you get on that court and you lose and that was all of your VC that you have left, you can't do anything with your player. And if you needed to do something, then what's your options? Your options is either playing the game, which it takes too long to do now, and you barely get anything off of it, or it's you go and you spend and you get the whole lump sum of the VC that you need by spending a buku amount of money. It doesn't make sense. There has to be some type of gambling warning. Has to be.
Oh, 100%.
Honestly, I'm gonna just put this out there right now. I feel like that's two different videos right there. You got one that's sport, talking about gaming while he's in